So today we are joined with Brendi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brendi, tell us a little about yourself.
A little about myself. My name is Brendi. I'm from the island of Kauai. I moved to Oahu when I was 18 or 19. I have an online clothing boutique. It's called the Dream Girl Store or the dreamgirlstore.us. And yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 27.
You're 27?
Yes.
I did not get that. I thought you were a lot younger.
Yeah.
Isn't JoJo really young?
I think she's like 4 years younger than me.
Wow,
Yeah.
she's a baby.
Yeah.
And then
So,
your background is?
like my ethnicity, I'm Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and a little bit Viet.
Where do you work?
So I work at Mai Tais. I work at this other bar. It's called The Plaza, and I work for a grocery distribution company, and I'm a sales consultant.
Wow, you work in a lot of
Yeah.
places. Are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
Okay. How long have you been single?
Like a couple months. Actually, yeah, I guess so. I was like in an on and off type thing.
Like a toxic
So,
kind of thing?
not necessarily toxic, but like a thing where we tried to like make it work, but it just, our personalities, I think, were kind of too different. Yeah.
Why didn't it work in general? And how long was that relationship going on for?
It was like maybe almost a year, I want to say. I think it didn't work because we didn't really see eye to eye ever. Like we tried to understand each other, but it just didn't work. Yeah.
Is it a white guy or Asian?
Korean.
Korean?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're strict people.
Yeah.
And what number relationship was that?
I've actually been in a lot of relationships, so I'm not really sure.
You've been in a lot of relationships.
Yeah. I have a lot of relationship experience.
Okay.
So maybe like the fifth.
Fifth, okay. And then let's dive into the previous relationships. Which ones stood out for you? Was there one that you were like in love with?
Yeah, I think maybe like
Was it the first one?
3 or 4 have stood out for me.
Really?
Not actually, the order for me didn't determine how much, how in love I was with them. Cause
Why, you feel like you have enough love for each relationship separately?
yeah,
Wow.
definitely, yeah.
So you're telling me that the first one was not your
No, that
most
wasn't.
passionate. It was the worst?
It wasn't. My first relationship wasn't the most love I've ever felt, or like the most in love I've ever been. It wasn't the first one. Yeah.
In any of those relationships, any like loyalty issues, any cheating?
No, I think the only like unloyal relationship I've ever had was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what happened.
Basically, it's like a movie, and the guy I was talking to, he cheated on me with my best friend at prom. On prom night, and I was matching dresses with my best friend, like different colors, and I was matching, like, you know, the corsage and like the tux and the dress. I was matching with him as well, so kind of messed up.
How did you find out that he cheated?
I found out because our mutual friend made my best friend tell me. She basically said like, oh, if you don't tell her, I'm gonna tell her.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, that brings a lot of questions to mind. Like, does that say anything about you to have her as a friend like that? This is a best friend or just a friend?
It was my best friend. Like, we would
Damn.
match outfits going to school, and she was always at my house. I was always at her house. So, yeah, like my best friend.
What is it about friends? I noticed this is like 100% of the time. When one girl likes a guy, that's an approval, and then the best friend all of a sudden, low-key, develops some kind of like crush on the guy. Did you ever notice that? I feel like that's pretty evident.
I haven't noticed that in my friendships, but I tend to have friends that are like very different from me. Like,
How so?
So we don't necessarily have the same type. I don't know. I have different views on things from my friends, and like my personality is a lot different. I feel like I'm more reserved than my friends. Yeah, I feel like I have more like wild friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying you do have a type though?
Me, like a friend type, or like
No, guy type. Because you said our types are different.
I kind of have a type. Like, I know what I like, but I don't have like a specific type. I guess it just depends on their personality. And
Okay,
like,
tell me what kind of personality.
if I click with them.
Do you like bad boys or nice guys?
I like nice guys that have like an edge.
I've never heard that one before.
They can't. I don't like full on bad boys. No. But like,
yo, Jojo be saying some crazy shit though.
yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, we have different types.
The things she said when she was on the podcast, she was like, "Oh, I like people out of prison." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
I'm not surprised.
You tripping? All right, is this the longest you've ever been single?
No, I've been single for like 2 years before. I think 2 years or like 1 year.
And you've been single for a few months right now. Okay.
Yeah, maybe more than that. Maybe like
So
4
how
months.
is the dating scene going? Have you been going on dates?
Yeah, I've been going on dates. I've been like talking to people. I'm trying not to like rush into anything because when I rush into things, I tend to get into like relationships that I don't necessarily belong in.
Really?
Yeah, so I've like had a couple of like rebound relationships. Have you ever had one of those?
I've never.
They're terrible. Don't get into them.
Tell me about them. What is a rebound relationship, and what's going through your mind when you get into a rebound relationship?
For me, a rebound relationship is like a person you get involved with like right off the bat after breaking up with someone, and you're so vulnerable. You're just like so incompatible with this person, and like they don't even like do anything for you. They don't treat you right, but you're just so vulnerable that like you just get into a relationship with them, and it doesn't work out.
But there's no attraction to them.
There's attraction, but I think it comes more from a place of like you're missing your person that you were with, and then they're kind of filling that void for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have a fling with them? Why does it have to be a relationship? Or is it them who is pressing it?
I think I'm more of a relationship person. I definitely attract relationship type people, I
Really?
think. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I feel that.
Like I've definitely dated like people that weren't necessarily relationship people, but I always end up in a relationship. Yeah.
Have you ever had a fling?
A fling? Yeah, I've had flings.
Okay, tell me about your flings. How are they?
They're okay. They're fun. They kind of fizzle out quickly, I would say.
It ends up just being about sex and then everyone just moves on?
Not necessarily. I'm not really like a hookup person. So it's always like dating and like we're talking. But I think for me, if we don't like deepen our connection, then it kind of fizzles out for me, I guess. And like, yeah.
Have you ever been in bad flings?
Yes.
Tell me about those.
Okay. What should I say? I've been in like flings with, so maybe like guys who are like whores.
Fuck boys?
Fuck boys, yeah. But I think like maybe to me they don't act that way, but like they kind of are.
Okay.
I guess, and I find out later.
You don't have a
Yeah.
like a detector for fuck boys?
What's a detect?
Like you
Oh,
don't smell it?
no, because I feel like they can turn it on and turn it off.
Okay.
I do feel like fuck boys. They're not fuck boys to all
Girls.
It depends on like the girl. Yeah, I don't know.
Explain that
I
a
don't
little
know.
more.
I don't know because
I
I've
feel like
also
fuckboys are always
like
fuckboys.
I've also like been in relationship with fuckboys and like they were like loyal but they have a fuckboy past. Yeah. So
What do
I
you
don't know.
define as a fuckboy?
I think a fuckboy is just like a liar that just like
That's every guy though.
just like needs women to like feed his ego. You know, his
I never heard
fragile
that
ego,
definition before.
insecure ego.
Okay, so that's what you think a fuckboy is?
Yeah. Is that not what a fuckboy is? Like, what is the actual definition?
I don't know. Some people say it's guys who use women for like sex, and then they just they don't express their emotions. It's just like one by one kind of thing. But the ego.
Oh, yeah,
thing,
that too.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. I feel like that is a pretty.
Yeah,
That's a fuckboy
yeah.
quality. Are you into girls at all?
No. I wish I was. I feel like that'd be fun, but
Has anyone ever offered you?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been hit on at the club, but yeah.
So you're telling me that you never had any loyalty issues whatsoever? What about on your part?
No, I'm a pretty loyal person. I think like in the beginning, like when I have flings, I don't necessarily like to be closed off to other
Men.
potentially. Guys. I do tend to focus on one person at a time, but like if we're not like in a relationship, then I kind of am open to like meeting new people. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a loyalty thing, but when I'm in a relationship, I'm very loyal, like ride or die. Me and you kind of thing. Yeah.
But when you're in that transitional phase of you're not in a relationship yet, do you post the other guys you're seeing?
No, I never post like the guys I'm seeing unless we've been in a relationship for like an official relationship, like boyfriend and girlfriend for like a year or more. I like never post them. It's just because like You know when like a girl deletes all her like Instagram pictures of her and her boyfriend, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, like their pictures aren't up, like they broke up. No, no, no. I don't like that.
You don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
That's fair. Have you ever been on a bad date in general?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. A bad date. Honestly, I feel like my love life's kind of boring. A bad date. I've been on a date with so I've had a Hinge before. And I don't know, I went on a date with this guy and I was like, oh, he's cute. Like his profile, he was cute. And then I went on a date with him and I realized that like I wasn't attracted to him at all. Like he kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like had like, you know, the friend zone feeling.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I like didn't want to I had it like kind of right away. So I kind of had to stick it out on the date and just like be polite and just like talk to him. And like at the end of the date, he asked me, he was like, oh, so like what are you looking for? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm just like chilling, I'm like doing my own thing, and like whatever happens. And he was like, okay, well, like I forget exactly what he said, but it was something like about, well, if you want to be friends, you can like let me know, because I think he kind of like wanted to be more than friends. And I forget what I said. I have a hard time rejecting people because I feel kind of badly. But what did I say? I was like, oh, yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, bye. And then he would kind of text me, and I just didn't.
Ghosted him.
No, I don't think I ghosted him. I might have ghosted him on accident.
My next question to you is, what made him be put in the friend zone so fast? Like, what was it about his personality that you're like, okay, this is friend zone?
He just gave me, like, little boy energy.
Was he younger?
That's like a thing. He was younger, yeah. I actually attract younger guys, yeah.
Why is that?
I think because I like to have fun, and I like to like.
So you take advantage of the innocence?
No, I honestly, I never pursue anyone. They always pursue me, so I don't really feel like I. Is that what I think?
You do look younger, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
do.
I was like, when you said you're 27, I was like, oh, I didn't think you were
Yeah.
27 at all.
How old do I look?
I thought you were like 25-ish, 24.
Oh, okay. That's a good age.
I think you have a young personality, that's why.
Really?
But in terms of the guy not being your taste, was it also look-wise that you didn't find attractive about him?
No, I thought he was cute. I want someone that I can have like a meaningful conversation with, and I feel like I wasn't getting that from him. And then he seemed kind of like inexperienced, I guess.
Yeah, but you like that.
No, I don't like that. Actually, I feel like some of the younger guys I dated, they're like more experienced than, like my ex was younger than me.
And he was
But
more
I feel like-
experienced.
yeah. Yeah.
So Hinge is the only dating app you've ever had. Have you ever had Tinder?
No, I don't think I could handle Tinder. Isn't Tinder like a straight hookup?
I don't know, man.
Please.
I use it for business, but people...
Business?
Yeah, because I try to book girls from Tinder.
Oh,
like
that's
I've had
smart.
some of
Yeah.
them on the podcast. The things I see on Tinder, I'm like, this is some weird shit,
Yeah.
man. Like the things people... I've had like people post like, oh, I'm in a relationship and this is my wife. We're looking for a 3.
Oh,
and I'm just like, yo, this is some crazy... I love
yeah.
Tinder in terms of creativity, but I'm like, this is some weird fucking
Yeah.
people out here.
I've actually, I had a roommate that,
Did that swing
yeah,
your
she
life?
was into like
Right.
wild things. Like, you remember how I told you my friends are wild? Yeah.
Yeah.
She was into wild things.
What
She was
about,
like a third.
What about Bumble? Have you ever had Bumble?
Oh, I've had that actually, yeah.
How
For
do
a
you
little
like
while.
Bumble? It's like the
didn't-
laziest app. I'm
I
sorry,
didn't
you guys
like
are
it.
terrible people to start conversations.
Really?
You're terrible.
You know what's funny? That's true, because on Hinge, like guys will write like really long
Right.
things, and then you don't even know if you're gonna like it or not.
Right. If you don't like, but the thing about, I think Bumble has one of the lowest success rates in terms of dating.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did statistics. It's extremely low because of you guys.
Because of us.
Because of you guys, maybe.
Maybe like I didn't really like Bumble. Like I like to be approached first,
That's fair.
so maybe that's why.
Have you ever given a guy mixed signals?
Probably. Yeah,
Tell me,
definitely.
tell me the worst you've ever done. Yeah, I love this podcast because girls are honest. So be honest. Tell us what you've done.
I just like I'm so scared of rejecting people. I don't know. I'm scared to hurt other people's feelings. So I definitely just like I don't know. I feel like that alone is just like mixed signals.
Yeah, but is it true that like if a girl likes you, you'll know, but if you don't, if
Yeah.
she doesn't, it's true?
I think if you're confused about a girl, she doesn't like you. If you know she likes you, then she likes you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I had a girl on my podcast. She came and she told me the complete opposite. She
Really?
said girls like to play games to see who's the real alpha. Because the real alpha will show and say like, I'm like dominant wise, like, oh, you belong to me type of thing. And I started to think, I'm like, maybe there's some truth
That's
in
interesting. Maybe, yeah, maybe. actually.
So you think if a girl likes you, you'll know. But
Yeah, actually, I could see that because now that I think about it, like, say if you like a guy, right? Or if you see potential in him, I might not necessarily, like, make it known until I see what kind of way he's going to be when he's, like, pursuing me kind of thing. Yeah.
so have you ever done that to someone?
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's true. There's always, like, a game in the beginning.
Have you ever let a guy buy you things that you saw no potential with? Basically taking advantage of a guy.
No.
Never a
No.
drink, even a
Because
drink.
then when you think about it, isn't that a waste of your time, too?
It's a waste of their time, though.
Yeah. It's a waste of your time, too, because you're, like, hanging out with someone you don't really like, right?
How often do you get hit on?
Like, on the internet?
No,
and in real life?
internet. I don't think internet counts because everybody gets hit on the internet. All you have to have is like, just like a vagina, to be honest, to be hit on.
I mean, guys get hit on, too, right?
Sometimes.
It depends. Like, if I go outside, because I like to stay home a lot. If I'm outside, maybe, like, if I go out, maybe, like, 7 times.
A day?
If I go outside.
So you get hit on
Like
7 times a day?
I'm thinking, like, if I go out, like, to the club or something, maybe, like, 7.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that...
That's a lot.
I feel like that's normal. No?
That's a lot.
Oh. Maybe it's the environment I'm in. I don't know.
So you get flooded with attention, basically, is what you're saying. So how do you... Basically, you get to pick anyone you want, right?
Yeah, but it's not like like, say, out of the 7 times, probably none of them are, like, anything that I would want.
Why?
And just, like, they're just not my type. Or just the way, I just don't like feeling like I'm being hit on, I guess. I rather,
Explain
like,
that a
someone
little
get to
more.
know me. Like, there's a difference. So, like, how do I say this? Okay, there's a difference from a guy being like, hey, like, what's your name? Like, looking you up and down and be like, oh, like, you look beautiful tonight. No. That's obviously, like, you're being hit on, right? Versus someone that's like, hey, like, what's your name? Like, oh, do you come here a lot? No. They're trying to get to know you, like,
We're still
asking
talking
you
about
questions.
the club, right? But
Yeah.
what about on the street? Let's say a guy comes up to you on the street and he says stuff like, oh, I find you attractive. Can we go out?
Maybe. If I liked his vibe, yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever actually went out with someone on a date that after you...
No.
So what you're telling me, you know what I've noticed doing this podcast is cold approaches never work on women. Is that true?
Yeah. What is cold approach?
Basically what I just explained. I go on the street and I find you attractive, I come up to you.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. You gotta, like, ease into it, I think. Yeah.
Do you think body count matters?
Kind of. Yeah.
Tell me why.
I just feel like, because I know people who have body counts that are, like, in the hundreds.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I feel like to them, like, sex is, like, meaningless. You know? So, like, I feel like for me it's not. Yeah, I just feel like that wouldn't work out. And then, like, I feel like there's a higher chance of them cheating on you.
Yeah, and failure.
Right? Yeah, infidelity. Yeah, that's what I think.
What do you think is a high body count for a guy? Have you ever been with someone who has a high body count, a guy-wise?
Yeah.
Like, what was their body count?
Like 50,
That's a lot?
I think. Yeah, that's a lot for me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe not in, like, normal society. That's not a lot these days, huh?
JoJo came on the podcast and she's like, I don't know if you know the same girl, but she's like, I have a friend who's like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that's...
Oh, wait, yeah, it is the same. I think it is, yeah. But I actually have 2 friends that are in the hundreds, so.
How do you even do that?
Dude, I don't know. I really don't know.
Where do you get the time?
You gotta, like, divide it up by, like,
or is it
since
just
you
like a
last...
yes to everybody?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, if you think about it, like, there's people that, like, hook up with new people every weekend, right?
So Tinder.
Like, maybe, yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
I would say, like, when people go out, right? There's some people that go out and they go out specifically to hook up with girls or to hook up with guys, and then that must, like, add up.
I see.
Right.
So a high body count for you for a guy would be 50 plus.
Yeah.
Wouldn't 40 or 30 be a high body count either?
Maybe,
or that's okay?
I feel like that's not... that's kind of high, but it's not, like, a deal breaker kind of thing.
Would you ever date somebody who had 100 body count?
Honestly,
Male.
I would, but I don't think that we would vibe necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now vice versa. What do you think is a high body count for a girl?
Same, like 50.
That's... What?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
I would say more than 20 is already too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why the double standard?
Well, I think you guys are like cherished in society in terms of like innocence. You know, men are notorious for being like
Hoes.
yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, these are the things we value. I don't think you guys value it as much as we do in terms of what we want out of a relationship. You know what I mean? You guys value it because you're like, if he has a high body count, it's experience. He could teach me stuff right in the bedroom. Like,
I don't see it that way.
okay, so tell me your way.
I see it like you've been around town.
You've been around town.
I like someone that like not everyone has been with.
Tasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a hoe phase?
Yeah, I've had whole face.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So honest. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so I've had like, okay, I'm not really a hookup person. So my whole phases, it's not like me having like one night stands. It's more like me talking to multiple people at the time. I don't like hook up with multiple people at the time, but like I'll be talking to a bunch at a time, and then maybe like my body count will go up like a lot in like 3 months or something like that.
Okay.
Like that for me, that's like a whole phase.
Okay.
That's
That
like
is
my
a whole phase.
Yeah.
What's the most amount of people who are hooking up with at the same time in terms of like a whole? That includes talking to people too. Let's say you didn't hook up with them. What's the most amount of people you were entertaining?
Maybe like 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah, that was like my whole.
But you just contradicted yourself.
What?
Because you said when you talk to one person, you only talk to one person.
Oh no, like when I'm in a relationship. Oh no, okay. So there's always like a lineup. We have things. Okay. So there's your favorite, and then there's your second favorite, your third favorite.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah, when you're done with the first one, then you move on to the next one.
Are you
like you're
serious?
kind of entertaining the lower level people until the first one doesn't work out, and then yeah, they jump up.
That's crazy.
So that sounds terrible.
It doesn't sound terrible. It's more like honest. I appreciate the honesty. It's good. Do you think every girl needs to go through a whole phase?
Yeah. I do think that every girl needs to be with like multiple different people, not just one person their whole life, I guess.
Why do you think that is?
You just have to learn what you like and what you don't like, and I feel like that comes from like experience with dating and like, yeah, whole phase. It's like you don't necessarily need a whole phase, but sometimes it helps.
I guess determine what you like.
Yeah.
That's good. That's gonna follow up my next question.
It's
what are some red flags that you catch in men that you
red
look out
flags.
For? You personally, don't give me general ones. Like you personally, what do you find as a red flag?
When they post a lot on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's a red flag.
But don't you post a lot on Instagram?
I do, but I do it for like business because I do social media too for work, you know. So, but as a guy,
what if he's doing the same thing?
You
post like not shirtless, but like bikini stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So what if it was the equivalent to him posting shirtless pictures but for business? You probably wouldn't like that either.
Yeah, probably. If it was for business, it'd be okay. Like if he was like also doing social media, that'd be okay. But I feel like, yeah.
Have you ever had a guy tell you not to post that kind of stuff?
I've had guys try to like
tame you,
frame me away from like social media. But yeah.
And
yeah, I've actually had one of my exes. He like held my social media accounts hostage so that I wouldn't break up with him.
What?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I broke up with him, and we were like, I was at home, he was at his house. I wanted to break up. I told him I want to break up, and he's like, we're arguing about it, whatever. And then I tried to log into my Instagram, and my password wasn't working. So I was like, what did you do to my Instagram? Because I knew he had my account information.
Right.
And so he changed all my passwords, and I don't have naked pictures. So he was saying like, well, if you don't come to my house right now, I'm going to post ugly pictures of you, like pictures that you look ugly in. And I was like, this fucking bitch. So I like drove to his house.
You were in a relationship with?
Yeah. He was like
so petty.
He was like a rebound relationship. Yeah. That's why I say those are like terrible. But so I went to his house, and like I got my passwords back, and I left. I pretended like I was going to get back together with him, and then I left. But like, why would he think I was going to get back with him after that? That's
kind of weird
terrible.
in general to ask a girl.
Yeah.
Just let that shit go.
Yeah, so he changed all my passwords.
That's weird. No, but like if a guy asked you to not post that kind of stuff, would you?
No. I mean, like that's my kind of like part of my job, so no. But unless they were like paying my bills, but you know, like okay. Yeah. But I still like would want to have it, I think, to fall back on. So
okay, so a guy posting pictures a lot, it doesn't matter what kind, just posting a lot of pictures on Instagram
I feel like
is a
that's
red
kind
flag.
of a red flag. Yeah.
Okay. What does that show you mentally or psychologically that he's
I
posting?
feel like if it's not your job, I feel like maybe he's doing it for like attention. And I know that some guys follow a lot of girls.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So, yeah. Especially with like dating apps and stuff nowadays. Yeah.
What do you think is a red flag for a girl then?
Red flag for a girl?
Spill the tea.
Red flag for a girl. If she's too flirty. Yeah.
What's your red flag?
I'm too flirty.
Just snitched on herself.
That's just part of my personality. It's just always been part of my personality. So, yeah.
You actually don't come off as too flirty.
Really?
I've had way flirtier girls on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm not like extra, but I'm like, yeah.
I think you're nice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It comes off as flirty, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. If you had to eliminate one bad trait from all men, what would it be?
Being scared of their feelings.
You think men are scared of their feelings?
Yeah. Or they're scared to like admit they have feelings. Like a lot of men, I feel like. Yeah.
What if you had a guy cry right in front of you and tell him you his feelings? You would find that attractive?
I mean, if I was like in a relationship with them and they cry, that's okay. But like, I think guys are like scared to be labeled as like simps. And I think that is
not out here. There's plenty of simps
yeah.
to go around.
Yeah, that's true. Hawaii's different.
Yeah, they're all.
But yeah, I feel like they're scared of their feelings or scared to look like they like a girl when it's like, I mean, if you like a girl, that's fine.
Let's say you
That's
were
a normal
interested
thing.
potentially in a guy. You're not dating him yet. And homeboy just breaks down crying in front of you and says like, I really love you. I want this to work.
I've actually had that happen to me. Well, like I've had this guy that I was talking to call me, like drunk call me. I don't know if he remembers this or he pretended like he doesn't remember, but I've had him drunk call me and tell me that like he loves me and we're only dating. We've only been like on a couple dates and like we're only talking for like maybe a couple months or.
At this point, did you sleep with him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why.
He was like saying that he loved me and like going off on this like rant and yeah, that was the end of us.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I kind of like looked for an out after. Like I kind of like I didn't want to make him feel bad about it. So I kind of just like waited till he did something I didn't like and then I was like, okay, this is not. Yeah. So.
Basically, guys, what did we learn from this podcast? Do not admit your feelings.
No, admit
Girls
your feelings, but don't
about.
drunk call a girl that you just like recently met and like tell her you love her.
Okay. If a guy cheated on you, but he treated you fantastic, would you stay with him?
No.
Really?
No way. Yeah.
He paid your shit?
No way.
No way.
I can pay my own shit.
Okay. If the world was without men, paint me a picture. What would the world look like?
I feel like it would look like flowers and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns would somehow manifest into reality. And I feel like technology would be so much more advanced and we'd just be like happy and peaceful. It'd be like a world of Janae Aiko's.
Who's that? Who's that?
Janae Aiko?
I never heard of
Janae Aiko? You know Big Sean's girlfriend or wife?
No. I mean,
Oh my
I'm sure
God,
he's
you know who she
married
is.
someone.
She's an artist.
If men were more honest, do you think you would like it or not like it?
I would like it. I actually appreciate honesty.
So you're telling me if all men said they want to sleep with multiple women, you would be okay with that?
I'd appreciate the honesty so I don't have to be like dealing with you.
But you
I
would be
can
okay
move
with
on
that?
to the next.
What if I spoke for all men and I said all men want multiple partners? Would you
Do you
be
think
okay with
is that true?
I think it's true.
I don't think that's true.
I think anatomically speaking and biologically speaking, men are created like that.
I'm so disappointed. I don't know. I don't think so though, because there's some guys that want relationships.
Yeah, because maybe you're hot and they want you to themselves. That's a different thing. That's not necessarily like, oh, I want to be with you. That means I don't want to share you. That's not the same concept. Do you understand?
Well, in that case,
we're territorial creatures. We're not like. You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
they like want you to themselves so fast, or they want to be
the fact that you're
exclusive
talking
so
to multiple
fast.
guys, we know that. We don't know the details, but we know that. So we just want to reserve that.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Interesting. Well, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing is, I noticed women don't actually want to sleep with a lot of guys, right?
Yeah.
You don't value the same things we do.
Yeah.
So if you had one advice for men to be more successful with women, what would it be?
Just treat her like a princess.
Oh, stop. You know how many times I've heard that?
Is that really
I've heard
something
that so
that
many
everyone
times.
says?
That means nothing to
I
us.
feel like be yourself and treat them like a princess. I don't know.
Treat them
Yeah.
like a princess
Like
means.
advice for guys who don't get girls.
Just
have a hard
advice
time?
for guys to get more successful with women.
Successful with like hooking up with them or like dating them.
Okay,
I don't know. Honestly, just be honest.
just be honest.
Yeah, just be honest with what you want. Yeah, I feel like girls appreciate honesty too.
When you go into a relationship, what do you tell them right away, right off the bat? Like, what are your
Like,
expectations in a relationship?
Honestly, I don't go into relationships with expectations
Nothing.
because I kind of like wait to see what they show me and then I decide if I'm interested or not. Yeah. That's why I appreciate honesty. Yeah.
Okay, what's a secret that men need to know about women?
I feel like as long as you're confident, then you're good.
No, like a secret that
A
you guys
secret.
have,
Oh, like a secret
that
for
you
us?
guys have, that men don't know about. Like, for
That-
example, like all women discuss penis size with each other.
Oh,
You know, like I'm not
that's
saying
true,
that,
that's
but
true.
that is true.
That's true. Oh, okay. I feel like maybe it's just for me. I feel like size doesn't matter as much. I feel like what you do with it matters more. Yeah. Is that a secret?
I mean, I've heard it.
Cause yeah,
Yeah, what I've been told is the guys who have it like a bigger penis, they are
Lazy.
lazy. Yeah,
Lazy.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, this is what I
Yeah.
have. I'm not going to do much.
Yeah.
Versus the little ones that are like, oh, I'll put in the effort
Yeah.
to make it.
yeah, and then you end up liking them
You end up
more.
liking
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Okay. So you have like that average range. That's what you like.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's gonna follow up into the next question. What's the weirdest sex story you have?
I don't really have like, oh, look at your little cat,
Yeah, he's trying to escape.
so cute. I'm trying to think if I have one.
Have you ever had a bad experience in bed?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
like with the fling.
Oh yeah.
All right,
yeah.
tell me about that.
Actually, I have. It's not like a sex story, but like I have this like theory that if like
Ooh, this is interesting.
like a guy is wrong for you if something bad happens to you down there.
What do you mean, like infection?
Like, yeah, not like an infection or like a UTI kind of
Right.
thing. Like if that happens, that guy's not for you. I feel like that's the universe telling you like dump
Yeah, that
this
means
guy.
he's dirty.
Yeah, or like I had one like if they make you bleed.
Like make you bleed.
Yeah, because you can like I've been like in some business and then I started bleeding kind of thing. Like that could
Really?
be also like a
I've never heard
yeah
that before.
yeah.
That's normal?
No,
Is that a sign of infection?
no, that's just like maybe they're going too hard, but I feel like that's like a sign.
It's your body's way of getting rid of their shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like your vagina tells you.
Okay, secrets.
Yeah, secrets tells you that you don't know.
Okay, so what kind of things do you like in the bedroom?
I just like to have fun, I guess, and like have what's that called? I like giving and receiving to be equal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not like just one who sits there and does nothing.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually a top.
So wait, on top is your favorite position?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you hate that certain guys do in the bedroom?
I hate when.
Because some girls came on and they're like, oh, like some
I hate
guy
when they're-
choked me.
Oh, really?
Some girls like it, some girls don't.
I hate when they're like either lazy or
Explain lazy. What does that mean?
lazy is like you don't want to do anything other than like yeah, just the deed and then be done. Like you don't like what's that called?
Foreplay.
Foreplay, yeah. Yeah.
You like
'Cause I feel
foreplay?
like that's half the fun. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when you do foreplay, you guys get too wet. Did you ever notice that?
Isn't that a good thing?
No, that's not. It's good to have some moisture down there because like it
Yeah.
slides right in. But then there are the times when it's like a dripping ocean.
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah, you don't feel anything because it's just like, god damn, bro. It's just like, it's too wet. So sometimes when you overdo the foreplay, I know you guys might like it. It's like, oh, this is sick. But to us, it's just like, yo, did we stick it in? Or is it like, you know?
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah. Would you rather have a guy obsessed with you or you be obsessed with the guy?
I'd rather
Think
have-
about it. Wait, don't answer. Think about it for a second. You're obsessed with him. You actually enjoy your life because you're like, wow, he's gorgeous.
I
I
feel
already
like
know
you're
the
trying to get me to answer the answer you want. I mean, I feel like that's so attractive when a guy's like obsessed with you. When you like him also, but he's like obsessed with you. That's like pretty much all the relationships I've been in. Like
But isn't that like borderline simp territory?
I love Simps.
You like Simps?
Yes.
My God,
I love
another one.
Simps.
Another one?
Another one? Another one? I love Simps.
What do you love about Simps? It's they
I
have no
just
ego.
like them. I
It's
feel
fucking
like
shameful.
no, I don't think they have an ego. I feel like they're like not like they're not afraid of their feelings. They're like, I really like this girl. I'm gonna do like everything for her. I like her. Like I'm not scared to show that I like her. I
But
feel like
isn't
that's
that
hot.
borderline stalkery?
Wait, what is your like definition of simp? I feel like
Okay, simp while they're in a relationship or simp while they're trying to get you? If I'm waiting outside your house with a fucking boombox,
oh my God, that's so hot. I like that.
you like that shit?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Like buy me roses. I like that.
Cover my room in that.
Yeah.
What have you ever actually like pitied a guy? Because like you weren't.
Paid?
But no, pitied.
Oh,
Like he
pitied?
wasn't so attractive, but his simpery was so good that he got you. You know what I mean? Not your taste.
No, I feel like on some level I have to. Actually, I'm more personality, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not pity though, but it was like, oh, I like their personality. Or I like, yeah.
Have you ever pity slept with someone?
No.
Never.
No.
Have you ever been asked like anything weird sexually to do that you weren't cool with?
Not really.
Nothing? At all?
Maybe like, yeah, not really. Not really. Not that I can think of.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done in bed? Like, have you ever had a threesome?
No. I'm scared.
Why?
Also, I'm a jealous person, so that, yeah.
Okay, last question for you. How do you feel about Andrew Tate?
Honestly, I don't know that much about him, so. But I've seen him on TikTok.
What have you seen?
Huh?
What have you seen?
I feel like he's like a cocky guy, right? Isn't
Yeah.
he like a cocky guy?
You don't like that?
No. Like, he's not for me.
He's not for you.
No.
But I'm
He's
sure
like the opposite of what I like.
You like the
I like more humble, yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like down to earth.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, like they're kind of boring. The humble and down to earth kind of people.
Well, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
So you don't believe anything he says in terms of like gender roles. A girl has to
What
behave.
does he say?
Like a girl has to behave feminine. You know, like the cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. That's more of a feminine quality. The bring home the bread kind of. You know, he's basically taking people back to what they originally were. Because he's saying that right now, males are becoming more feminine.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So-
like they expect you to like chase them.
No, I don't know about
sometimes.
that. I'm not talking
Some
about
of
that.
them.
I'm talking about
Wait,
more
what do you mean
like
feminine?
the way you describe men. Like, you want them to be in their feelings, you know?
Yeah.
With the smile on, too.
Not in their feelings, but I want them to be not scared of having feelings.
Yeah, but like real men, you know, real men suppress that shit. We bury
I feel
it.
like insecure men suppress that shit.
No, I feel like insecure men
Yes.
bring that shit out.
Just from like my point of view. Okay, Andrew Tate.
Tell us.
I mean, I probably wouldn't vibe with him. I've only seen him like yelling though on TikTok, like yelling about things.
Okay.
So I probably haven't seen like other sides of him. I mean, yeah, if that's what you like, then that's what you like. I think like I am the kind of person like I like to like I keep my house clean. I like cooking.
You like cooking?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But like also that doesn't mean you can like just tell me what to do and I'll just do it kind of thing, you know?
Not necessarily. What he's trying to instill into this generation, men to be men again. Because we
Yeah.
find nothing but like little bitches out here. You know?
I
Like,
see that.
They don't want to pay for the girl. They
Oh,
think
yeah.
splitting the bill is fucking cool apparently.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I do agree with that then.
You know, these
Yeah.
these are not
Yeah, I
masculine
think
things.
also like you know how like there's a wage gap between men and women.
Do you really think that's true? I don't
Yeah,
think that's true.
I think that's true. And then I also think like women, when we go on a date, we pay for all of our makeup, like our clothes, like we get our hair done, we spend that money and that time like getting ready. I feel like you can pay for the date.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. And there's like, as a girl, there's always a chance you're going to get murdered if you go on a date.
That's how you think.
So it's like, pay for the girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I've seen these things go viral on TikTok where the guy's like, "Oh, she's acting like a bitch. Like, do you want to split the bill?" I'm like, dude, just pay the fucking bill, man.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of how
Yeah.
she behaves,
Yeah.
like you're making yourself look bad.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, these are the kind of things he just tries to instill. But
Yeah.
what
I
he
get it.
says is, like, we don't exactly want women to like work to a point where they're as successful as like a CEO type of thing. You know, you guys think like, oh, this is attractive. Oh, like, oh, I have $100K 500K or whatever, 500K. Guys don't care because technically we don't get any of the money, right? Who are you flexing for? Just yourself. Because you guys use our money when we're in a relationship. We pay for you, right? We find you attractive. We want to spend money on you. But like when you're in a relationship and you come and bring that aspect, like, oh, I could flex on you too. We're like, but why? We don't value that.
Yeah. Well, I guess too, like, women don't do everything like for the to be liked by men. Like, we do things for ourselves. So
I noticed that. You guys don't give a fuck in this generation,
yeah,
right?
people want, like, if as a girl you want to feel like accomplished too. We're not just like, we don't just want to like live our, like, for me, I don't want to just live my life
for a man.
dedicated to a man. You know, like, I mean, to a certain like extent, I'll like, of course, like support, like not support you, but like whatever you do, I'll like emotionally, mentally support you and be there for you and whatever. Right. But I don't want to like dedicate my whole life to you. Like, I don't want to be your mom. Yeah. And I want to have my own thing. Like, I don't want my whole life to just be surrounded around your life, I guess. Yeah.
But in this day and age, I noticed that about you guys. We're seeking more of your attention, and you guys aren't. Because you guys are like, you guys have a lot of attention. It's not to, satisfy male, anything we have. But who do you think has it harder nowadays, men or women?
Men. I think men. Yeah.
You guys are given everything in life. We are, just from birth, you guys have a value.
Yeah.
You're a female, potential wife, yada yada, right? People give you a lot of attention. Men are born with zero value.
But also men set it up that way in society.
Explain
like,
that. Do you think that's
guys,
true?
Kind of, yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I
we
feel
threw
like,
ourselves under the bus?
like, women weren't even allowed to work. So I feel like men had all the control and all the say in what went on in society. And so you guys kind of like built that. And then, yeah.
So basically we did it to ourselves.
You made your bed, you gotta lay it. But yeah, I think men do have it harder these days.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay. You guys can put in a little bit of work.
No, it's never gonna go back to us. The ball is in your park forever now. It's gonna be a while like that. Have you ever had a stalker by any chance?
Yeah.
Can you tell us the story quickly?
I'm kind of scared of him. So.
Tell us. I'm not gonna tell him my address. Go ahead.
I'm scared because I know he like watches my stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
They always do.
Yeah. And okay. Basically, no, I can't talk about it. I'm scared of him.
Why, you have a restraining order or something?
No, but he scares me.
Like he stalked you?
I try not to talk, like, put it out there because I don't want to like piss him off because he.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he has gotten like aggressive with like one of my coworkers, I guess, because she said that I wasn't working that day, and then he was like, "Why are you lying to me?"
Whoa.
Yeah, and I wasn't working that day, so I don't know. There's like weird stuff that's happened, but I don't know. I don't know how to handle that situation.
Yeah, I think you're too timid to understand.
On one side, I'm like.
Yeah, I had a girl tell me about her stalker situation. I don't know about your situation, but hers was. She had to like get a restraining order.
Really?
Shit was creepy as fuck. I was like, yeah, it's trippy.
She was comfortable like talking about it?
Yeah, she wanted to put him on blast.
Wouldn't that make him more aggravated?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he subscribed to my channel at one point because I saw like my channel went up 10 people and I was like, he's probably one of them.
I don't want to aggravate, just in case. Sorry.
And, no, it's cool. And last question, sorry. How important is sex to you? 1 out of 10.
9.
9.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Right? Don't you think that's like a huge part?
Good sex, you mean?
Yeah. I feel like it's a huge part of your relationship.
So you've never dated someone who was bad at, like, consistently bad at
I've dated guys who are bad at kissing, and then I kind of like
taught them.
Yeah.
But you've never dated anyone who was like bad in bed.
I have, yeah.
And
I feel like it makes you less attracted to them.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, but you see, the thing is about guys is sometimes we're bad in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
You never heard the quick trigger? Like, guys, whenever we're inside. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When we just meet a new girl and we have sex with them, we're pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm forgiving of that, but like, there's like other things.
Like what?
Like if you're lazy.
You really found guys to be lazy, some of them?
I found like a couple, yeah.
Because they're attractive.
No, they're just lazy.
They just don't want to do shit.
They're just lazy. They're just like very low maintenance. I feel like they need to be with someone who's like very low maintenance. Like, yeah. But I think, yeah, lazy, or they just don't know what they're doing. Like, they
Probably
think
not.
that just going hard is like the way to go.
And you like it soft or hard in the
No,
beginning?
I like both, but
Oh.
yeah, I don't know. There's like a way about doing it, I guess. You know what I mean?
There's a correct formula.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that, we conclude today's podcast. You did great. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
everything except the stalker story.
I don't want to aggravate him. I'm scared of him,
I got
honestly.
you.